Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name's John Bull, and this is another Solely Voids episode, your free-to-play series where we only use Void champions. Okay. Lots of live arena. That's the main goal, at least for the foreseeable future, to get our next Void Legendary. Lots and lots and lots of live arena. But in the meantime, something's popped up in the news. Raids community stats. Hey everyone. As part of this year's Community Week celebration, we've launched a special web page where you can see some of the stats achieved by yourself in the raid community. General stats are available to everyone, including exciting community insights such as the total number of clans. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Personal stats will be available once you input your nickname and player ID. And you've reached level 30 and have participated in one dungeon battle and one classic arena. Your personal stats will be... Okay, well, let's go ahead and check that out. I have this on another page. Give me a second. Well, didn't they do a little customized video for you last year or the year before, the last few years? That was a heck of a lot cooler than... Here's a page with some very generic statistics. I guess looking through this, I would rather see my high damage than my total damage, personally. But I guess these are interesting. I've done a lot of Demon Lord. Who would have thought? Total Hydra, total Chimera. Lots of artifacts obtained. Oddly enough, I have sold more artifacts than I've obtained. That's by 8,000. That's very interesting. It says I've gotten 8 legendaries, which I'm sure I have. There's a handful that I haven't. But then I was looking at the dungeons, I probably need to be farming these some more. Been really bad at that, especially lately. But this last weekend, I did go ahead and dabble in the 3x regen event for the Fire Knight. Frankly, I did not get a whole lot, if I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure I really got much at all. But what are you going to do? Looks like I forged up a lot of Guardian gear. So let's just talk about what we're going to be doing recently, and that is we have a CVC. It's personal rewards. Kind of think I'm going to see how far into this I can get. I mean, I've never really tried that before, but I think these medallions would be kind of cool, and obviously the Void Shard would be nice. I always see all sorts of stuff about free to play can always max out these top rewards, so let's go ahead and see how realistic it is. So just some things that I've done before I hopped on and actually recorded. Currently, I have not quite maxed out my forge points because there's a limit to that, but I've gotten quite a bit, and so I'll just continue to kind of do that. I'll probably level up a little bit of gear. My faction wars, I've done what I'm able to today. Phantom Shogun, which really stinks that this is 20,000. I don't know. We'll see. Phantom Shogun Grove, I have a decent team, but I can't get the max points for it. So that is a bit of an issue. Because you get 400 for the highest, but only 200 for the next, and we would definitely be in this little section here. Which stinks that we're not going to get the double points for that. But then I was looking Spider, we could grind Spider really hard. Each of those is 400, and we can do that actually very efficiently. But then Dragon has a 2x speed, but you only get 200 for that, which is a bit of a downer. You have an event for a Dragon, and as part of the fusion that's going on, you could, I don't know, cut us a break, for God's sakes. But I'm not sure. Anyway, we have a good pile of energy ready to go. We used up all of our energy last night, but then left all the daily reward ones ready for us primed. So we can go ahead and just do some of this. And we don't really have anything. Is there anybody in our vault maybe that we can include the vaults? And then there's a bunch of voids. We're getting really close to the point where I'm probably going to have to start leveling some of these non-void champions up so that we are able to honestly start beating some Cursed City stuff. So our main goal right now is just to get to Quintus, but once that's done, we're going to have to start focusing a little bit harder on the Cursed City because I think it's creating a bit of a barrier for us right now. So looking just ahead at our missions, the Ramontu one, I mean, we know this is going to be a super slow grind because of the Tag Arena one is just going to be huge pains in the butt. So we're just taking our time at it, like we're not pushing super hard for anything. But in this one here, 3 Awakened stages, Cursed City on hard. Okay, so we go into Cursed City hard. Looks like I did a little bit of normal work. I'm going to have to backtrack through that, but Cursed City hard. So we need 3 Awakened stages. So, you know, this one is going to be magic only. So, I mean, I at least have a ninja max level from a long time ago. It looks like I do have the champions to get this done, but they're not leveled. Here, Void, that will be an easy one, obviously. And then here, okay, so it looks like we're going to be able to get 2 of the 3. So I think, you know, this might be the run where we go and break some of the rules. Because we might actually be able to get Ninja in maybe like a regen set with a lot of crit damage and stuff. And he might just be able to get the waves by himself. So let's... So I think that means I might even use some books on Ninja yet, this one. So we've already had a really good stockpile of these crests, and so then we are just churning through these right now. We're putting them into defense because I feel like it's the most useful for the faction wars. So we have a wide variety of here, and I've gone crazy. Look at this. Not only did we max HP, but we're getting close to maxing crit damage. I think I've just determined, like, I'm just going to go through. It's not going to take me that long. I'm getting 15 to 20 fights a day on Live Arena. Like, it's a grind, but I want that grind anyway because I really, really want Quintus. I think Quintus is going to be super helpful for us, particularly in the arena. It's just going to give us a much better nuker than a backup nuker than Slixus. Unfortunately, it was my other one. But then, because, you know, he's got AoE, and then it, like, resets his A2 if you kill someone, but his A2 resets his A3 if he kills somebody, and, like, kind of goes back and forth. And it can't be decreased by passive skills or masteries, and then removes all buffs and places a decreased defense on the target for 2 turns before attacking. Can't be resisted. And then this one's weird. I'm not really sure how this works. So if you know how this works, tell me down below. Each of this champion's skills deals additional pure damage. The amount of pure damage is dealt is 10% of the target's max HP for each buff on them. A lot of people like to buff up. I don't know. He feels like he's going to be good. I don't know. But, I mean, Yakarl is getting work done. We had... yesterday was one of our rougher days. But... you know, we ended with 2 wins after 15 keys, so, I mean, it took a while, but, see, we had 3 losses in a row, 1 win, and then actually there were 3 losses in a row after that, just stringing together all these level 100 guys, and obviously this is a bot, and anyway, yeah, so we're cooking on that, absolutely cooking. Where are we at? What's our points? So we're at almost 3,800, we're right there. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to update you on is actually Undead Horde. With the team that we have, no other exceptions, we have gotten all the way to the last stage, everything 3-starred completely. So that means there's just the boss left. The boss we've gotten a little bit closer due to the stats that we've been adding to it, but it's still going to be really scuffed. So per request of Tracks on Sunday, always come in clutch. Even when he doesn't make a video, he is helping out a lot. He has suggested Stitch Beast. And the reason why is Stitch Beast, it has this ability, which is decreases the target turn meter by 100%. So that's just going to slow the boss down like a tremendous amount if we can try to time that up pretty well. So I think between Stitch Beast, and actually I think our Seducer is also going to be pretty clutch because of his A3, which has block debuffs. So that will allow us to block the stun and then also, you know, be able to slow the boss down is kind of what I'm hoping for. But again, that's why we are just going to go in there. We're just going to upgrade all these stats because that's going to be quite the fight, uphill fight at least. In the meantime, though, we are going to continue grinding this CVC out. If you have any tips about how to get the max reward, 400k or 400k, seems like it's going to be the most that I've ever had by like a very significant margin. So looks like I'm going to be in it for the long haul. So I think today what I'm likely to do is I'm going to use up a ton of energy, and I'm just going to go hard in Dragon 10, getting 200 for every run. But there's a 2x speed. There's also a Dragon tournament going on, as well as a Dungeon Divers that coincides with it. I was originally planning on running Sand Devil, but it looks like there's going to be a Sand Devil opening tomorrow, so then we'll just recollect energy tonight. Use up what I can to try to finish off any dragon. We'll probably gem this out. I wouldn't mind just getting all these rewards. I actually don't think they're half bad. Like, I do like the chickens are obviously helpful. Gems are going to be good. I love this stuff. Obviously, I don't really particularly need the fragments, but kind of who cares. And then the book will be super helpful. So otherwise, folks, kind of like I said, I have never really pushed a CVC before, honestly, just because it's always been giving me at least the vibe of not super achievable. And so it hasn't been particularly interesting to me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to book up a ninja here just to, because it looks like we're going to be on the brink of using that, and we'll take those 39,000 points. Otherwise, that is going to be just the whole video, folks. Appreciate you stopping in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you on the other side.